Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today we're going to sit down for a whip and chat, so join me if you like. We're going to be working on the last and final section of my Diamond Art Club custom picture that I made back in 2019 and it's finally almost finished. So grab a diamond painting or whatever craft you would like to do and let's chit chat and catch up on what's been going on for the last little while. Excuse me. I'm gonna start with what am I gonna start with? Let me find a color. Alrighty, I grabbed 310 because it is down here at the bottom, and I kind of like to, when I'm working on a piece that has a lot of different colors in a section, I like to usually pick the symbol that stands out the most to me instead of going down the list of colors. This just works for me and my eyeballs a little bit better. So I'm going to move my cover minder. You can get one of these on my website, rachelraycraft.com, if you would like. I have some diamond paintings there too that I'm trying to de-stash if you are interested. So let's peel this back a little bit. There we go. Well, I don't want... Where's the magnet? There we go. I don't want to take it completely off the painting, but I need to move it to the side. How are you getting on? How are you doing? Today is Wednesday when I'm filming this, and there is construction noise happening outside. So if you can hear it, I do apologize. They are like completely renovating this building in the town, and it's just reverberating all over the walls. So it's if you can hear it, I am so sorry, but they are jackhammering away out there, and I have waited as long as I can to make this video, and I can't wait any longer. I'm using the toolkit that comes in the newest Diamond Art Club paintings. This is a putty filled pen, and this is the toolkit tray that comes with it. And I genuinely really like the pen. I've been using it a lot lately. I was telling everybody in my Twitch streams about the pen and how I've really come to love it. On the other end of it, I'm using Crafting Cat UK putty, which might need to be changed out while we're sitting here chatting today. But first of all, just a big thank you to everybody who watched my last Whip and Chat, and I wanted to give you an update. I have not yet heard from the school that I applied to for the digital marketing course. I have not heard anything yet. I'm really nervous. I sent an email just to follow up and see when is it that we're going to hear about the course. And it is supposed to start next week, next Tuesday, I believe. So hopefully we'll hear something before the weekend. That would be great. But so far I haven't heard anything. I am really excited for the course, and I do hope that I am accepted. There is an application process, so they do have to go through all the applications, but I hope I haven't jumped the gun and been too eager or something, but I just did not want to miss that email, and I don't want to miss this opportunity. So the D-Stash is helping me to provide for the course, as it's a little bit out of my budget, but the sales of the D-Stash have really helped. So thank you if you have sent over an order to me. I do appreciate it. I'm getting them out as quickly as I possibly can as well. And yeah, it's very exciting. It's good to see that these diamond paintings are going to get homes as well, because the reality is that I do have a lot of diamond paintings in my house that I likely won't get to because, you know, they just keep coming out with all of these gorgeous paintings. And I know I'm a very lucky person to be with Diamond Art Club and sharing, you know, sneak peeks and everything with you all. But I want to also get to a place where I can provide for my family and upskill a little bit with everything. So yeah, that is the update about the course. The course is still in limbo. I haven't gotten a decision yet, and that makes me a little nervous, but if I've got a backup plan. If I don't get in to this specific course, I will look for another course to get into that is a certified course that has a good reputation, and I will go ahead with it. Just I might not be going with the people that I signed up for this time. Does that make sense? Either way, I am going to be using it to help propel me into a better situation, to help me maybe learn how to do this better, or to help other people with you know, their digital marketing. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was we had a fantastic weekend. I think, was it the last time that I made a whip and chat was actually 2 weeks ago, I believe. And that is just because last week, so before I get to last weekend, last week on Wednesday, the lads that were working for Rory in the exchange program, I'll call it that, a culinary exchange program, they had to leave on Wednesday. They went back to Italy, and we kind of missed them, to be honest. But they had a good time. They said it was a really good experience, and they will be hopefully visiting in the future. They're always welcome back. But after they moved out, I had to get the apartment ready for my friends. Me and James had friends visiting from Canada, and it was absolutely fantastic having them here. They're still here, but they're not with us anymore. They're still in Ireland though. They are doing a big tour, like a grand tour of different places, and they stayed here for 3 nights. And it was absolutely wonderful having them, but I needed to get prepared for their arrival, make sure that everything was working the way it was supposed to, and, you know, clean all the laundry and everything. I don't know how people can keep up with like Airbnbs and stuff and still do their full-time job and everything. Maybe I just need, maybe I should have gone to home ec class. I feel like I have a good grasp on cleaning, but like sometimes I just feel like I'm not efficient at it. So if anybody has any suggestions, go ahead and leave them for me. But basically, I spent like Wednesday night, and then Thursday I was on Twitch, I believe. Friday we were fixing things, and then Saturday morning to afternoon, I just spent the whole day basically cleaning the place up. And they arrived a little earlier than we had expected them to, just because of their itinerary. We expected them a little later. And it was wonderful that they did come at that time, because we were able to go get dinner together. We had pizza at our favorite pizza place here in town. We went out and said happy birthday to one of my girlfriends who was in town for the weekend. And sadly, we couldn't stay out too late, and we didn't get to hang out too much because we had booked a trip to the Skelligs. And I was talking about this, and I was talking about the Skelligs in my last Whip and Chat, if you would like to see some pictures. Also, I posted some pictures on Instagram. I am Rachel Ray Official on Instagram. If you prefer Facebook, I'm Rachel Ray FB. No longer does the Rachel Ray Craft account work long story. I've told it before, but I don't have access to those accounts anymore. So please follow me on the new accounts. And when I say new, I mean they're like 2 years old, but still, it might be new to someone who's just coming back to my channel. So yes, we went to Skellig Michael. We woke up around, I think we left the house at like 7:30 in the morning and drove to Port McGee, which is a lovely little seaside town here, and got on the divan boat, which is actually quite possibly a relation of James's. The weather forecast looked really bad, actually. It looked like there was a storm coming, that there was going to be a swell, and that it was going to rain on us. But actually, in the end, it was perfectly fine. We left, we got off the pier, started our trip, and genuinely, it was not that bad. The last time that we went to the Skelligs, we didn't have any life jackets or raincoats or anything, and this time it was like the VIP treatment. It was so nice. I cannot recommend it enough. The water was choppy going out to the Skelligs, and trying to land on the rock itself, pretty hairy. You're probably wondering, if you're just watching this video for the first time, hello, how are ya? My name is Rachel. I'm an American that moved to Ireland 10 years ago, and I diamond paint and do other crafty things too, but feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you can. But basically, the Skelligs is a group of volcanic rocks that are in the Atlantic Ocean, just off the coast of Southwest Kerry, and they were a pilgrimage site for monks in the early Christian days. And I'm talking like, I think the figures they gave us was somewhere around 500 AD to 1200, something like that. I might be a little bit conflating it a little bit, but that's what I remember. Anyway, there were monks there. They did not have a denomination at that time. They were just focused on, sitting out there and praying, basically, and living a life of isolation. And they, there are records of them being there, but they themselves did not keep records. If you go, basically what it is you walk up this rock, and it is a very steep rock. They set in stones to make stairs, and I did not count them, but it is a long trek up to the top. I think it took me about half an hour to get up to the top, because, the thing is, my legs did not hurt at any point, but my lungs were on fire. I did have COVID like a month or a month and a half ago, and I could definitely tell that my lung capacity is a lot less than it used to be. So yeah, I was gasping a little bit. Took a lot of breaks to get up to the top, but once we were at the top, I mean, the views are stunning. You can see the Dingle Peninsula, the Iveragh Peninsula. You can even see parts of like West Cork. It is gorgeous. And there's another island that's nearby, and we call it Little Skellig, but basically it's a rock where migratory birds come every year, mostly gannets. They are like, imagine a seagull, but a lot bigger. And they're kind of aggressive. So we got to also, go around there and see that island later on. But you can see that from there. It's stunning. It's otherworldly. It's like being in a postcard. If being in Ireland isn't enough of a postcard, going to the Skelligs is magical. And then you're thinking about like the people that live there and how hard it must have been for them. Because once the monks left, the monks were driven out by the Vikings eventually. And I'm sure that people would have continued to use Skellig Michael as a pilgrimage location, but we don't have any records of anybody living on the island until I believe it's like the late 1700s, early 1800s, when the lightkeepers started arriving, because Ireland was doing a lot of like shipping and stuff, and there was a lot of piracy as well. They allegedly, there were a lot of shipwrecks going on. So they installed a very prominent lighthouse. There are two now, but they installed a big lighthouse there to protect goods being imported and protect those ships and the crews. And back in the day, they were not automated, so well before the time of electricity and stuff, so or automated lights. Excuse me. And so someone had to live there in order to operate the lights year round. It did get to a stage where, now I'm no historian. You're going to want to get the full story from a professional, but basically it got to the stage where there were 4 families living on the island at once, and they even would have a school teacher come because families would be living on Skellig Michael. Now, going there for a day trip and spending those 2 hours on the island is about as much time as you're going to get there, unless you're Mark Hamill making another Jedi movie. But the time spent there, I felt wind burnt by the end of it. So I can't imagine living there, and not just living there, because the side with all the beehive huts that the monks would have lived in, and they put the chapel there, that's on the like northern side of the island that's protected from the wind. The lighthouse keepers had to live on the most windy side of the island, the southwestern edge of the island. So they were buffeted by Atlantic winds, by storms, everything, waves, the whole lot. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to stay there overnight during a storm. Even here in town during a storm, it feels like the walls are going to fall down on some of the bigger storms. They were hardy people. They were really strong, and they just got on with it, So it's very interesting. If you go to the Skelligs, you cannot go to the lightkeeper's house. You cannot go in there. It is not a museum. It is still running, but it's all automated. Nobody lives on the island during the winter anymore for safety. They stopped positioning. They definitely stopped allowing men with families to bring their families on the island after 2 children sadly passed away with medical emergencies on the island, which I think is a very smart choice. Children on sheer rock faces does not sound like a very safe time. But yeah, and they are buried on the island, and you can see their graves. It's very, very sad in fairness. But in general, that trip is amazing. I do highly recommend it. And it is said that you have to be pretty lucky to get on the Skelligs because it's like for example, in the last 2 weeks from our trip on the Sunday, there were 10 days where they could not land on the Skelligs. So they had to cancel the boat trips. And 10 days is typically the length of someone's holiday. So you do have to be a little bit lucky. And if you are planning the trip and you do want to go, if you want to see the puffins, which are the most adorable little seabirds in the world, you're going to want to go before the start of August. In the first week of August, the puffins do migrate. They leave the island. So we did not see any puffins on this trip. But I did see them on my last trip, and it was incredible. I highly recommend it if you can get on the Skelligs. So after we were there, we got back on the boat, and he took us around, our captain took us around the Skelligs, which is my first time doing that, and it was awesome. We got to see that lighthouse that I had never seen in person before, and we went to the little Skellig where we saw all the birds, and it was incredible just seeing all the wildlife. I love it. But yeah, there are a lot of pictures there on my Instagram and my Facebook if you want to go check them out. And I also put some videos up there, and definitely well worth a watch. Let's see, what else? After we came back to land, we decided to go for a lunch and had some chowder in the Fisherman's Bar in Port McGee. Very, very nice, and their Guinness is really good. I don't normally drink Guinness, but after that voyage, we were up so early. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and 9:06 is a color that I need. Let me just grab this real quick. We were up early. I just ate a sausage roll and a bag of crisps when I got on the island. Like, I would recommend not eating before you get on the boat. I also took Dramamine, which I highly recommend if you get seasick or motion sick at all. So I was on an empty stomach, basically. I was like, yeah, chowder and Guinness. That sounds delicious. And then we came back to the house, and everybody took a nap except me. I did not nap. I am not a napper. If I take a nap, it's like when I wake up, I'm in another dimension, and it takes me a really long time to adjust. So I tend to stay away from naps, and we went for dinner at my brother-in-law's restaurant, Camo's. And then after that, I think, we went to our local pub and met up with our good friend and just chatted the night away. I think we didn't go to bed until like 2 in the morning. It was really fun, and everybody really had sick heads the next day. So on Monday, we had decided, originally we had decided to go be tour guides and go around Valentia Island, which is really close. It is where there's so much history to this place. There is a slate quarry on Valentia Island, and something that they are really known for is the first transatlantic cable that went from Europe to Canada, to Newfoundland. So them being Canadian, a little connection there. Wanted to go explore the island, and that was a lot of upkeep for the cable. The cable ran all the way across the ocean, and this is in the early 1800s that they erected the cable, or however you would want to describe it. They set the cable very early on, once the so that they could send these like Morse code messages. And so they had to employ a lot of people to help maintain the cable. They would go out on boats and repair the cable. They had people that were there to interpret the messages that were coming through at all hours. So there were a lot of people living there. And also there was a lighthouse on Valentia Island as well. So of course there were lighthouse keepers. It was a really busy place back in the day. And now if you go there, there's not much going on. There's a lot of holiday homes and things like that. We have a pretty good tourist season, but it's not as busy as it used to be for people who live locally. There aren't really any kind of jobs of that nature on the island anymore. There are some really entrepreneurial people out there who have started businesses, but it's definitely nothing on the scale that it once was. So anyway, on Sunday night, so the day that we had gone on the Skelligs, when we arrived home, we were sitting down and having a nightcap. I noticed that Luna had a red inflamed area on her belly. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube or not, but anyway, I got concerned because, you know, she has just been spayed, and when they did spay her, they found cancer, and the vet assured me that they did get it out. But, you know, my mind went into the worst places as soon as I saw this really inflamed area on her belly. So on Monday, first thing, I called the vet because, you know, she's my responsibility. I have to take care of her. And if something is wrong, she responded like it was painful or uncomfortable. So, of course, I rang the vet. And he had me bring her in the afternoon. So I sent everybody off, and I was like, I will meet up with you later, but I have to get her looked at. So I did. I pottered around for a little while and did some housekeeping and stuff before I set off to try to keep my mind off of it. And when I brought her in, he said, yes, she has what's called mastitis, which is an infection of the mammary gland, and it was just affecting one, but she said it's very early, so it's easily treatable. She had 2 injections. One was a painkiller and one was an antibiotic, and then I got medicine for her for 5 days. So she has just taken day 2, and she's snoozing in the background. I don't know if you'll be able to hear her little snores, but she's doing fine. Everything is grand, and the swelling is going down quite a lot. So I feel really lucky that she's, that I saw it, that I caught it early enough, that I had the ability to go that day and get her checked out. But she's fine now. But it's like one thing after another with her at the moment. So I hope this is the last little medical scare that we have, because my heart can't take it anymore, y'all. I don't want to see her in pain, and also it's quite expensive going to the vet. But anyway, it's fine. She's my baby. I will do anything to make sure that she is, taken care of and safe. This is the last week also before the new arrival. My brother and sister-in-law are expecting, and she is due any minute now. So we are all on high alert. Also, my best friend is expecting, and is due very soon. Although her pregnancy is different. She is having a planned section, and they've just moved it forward, and she is so happy about that because it's a big baby. It's a big baby. But we are delighted. She's supposed to go in on Sunday, so we might have a new baby in our lives by Monday. So exciting. Sorry, there was a van backing up, and Luna wanted to announce it as if we didn't hear it. Save us from the construction work. Yeah, I'm buzzing. I am so excited to see these babies and to help mamas and make sure that they have everything that they need and be that person that can help them out, you know? It's gonna be different. It's gonna be really different. This Christmas is gonna be fantastic. We are gonna have an amazing winter holiday. With two little ones in our lives. It's just amazing. I don't know how to put it. I just, as somebody that doesn't have any, I get to live vicariously through my friends and my family. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to hold them and you know, cuddle with them and smell them. Oh my gosh, so excited. Yeah, so that is the big news. Also, James and I just celebrated our 8-year anniversary of being married. And we are always doing low-key stuff, but we just got a pizza and we decided to sit down and watch TV because we are introverts, okay? We are extroverted introverts, but we are introverted at heart. We do like to go out on occasion. We're not always inside, but I reached my capacity for peopling a little while ago this summer. We have been very, very busy and doing all the things every weekend. And so I was like, can we just take a rain check on doing something extravagant? Can we just, you know, relax and take it easy? So what we did is we got a pizza from the store, and it was a pre-made refrigerated pizza. So like it had a thick sourdough crust. I'm not a fan. They're really hard to chew. I had some jaw fatigue afterwards. I found myself clenching my jaw a lot after that because of how chewy and tough it was. I love sourdough bread, but it was very tough. And we realized that we hadn't finished watching the last episode of the first season of The Rings of Power, which is that new Lord of the Rings show, the prequels series. I really like it. I enjoy it. Though, in fairness to the story, I actually have never read Lord of the Rings. I find Tolkien to be difficult to follow. I find it a little bit superfluous, his writing style. So no, I had the book, but I did not read it. But I do love his characters and everything, and from what I can tell from fan accounts and things like that is that overall it's actually quite true to the story, as much as it can be for, you know, a dramatic retelling. But yeah, we watched 2 episodes. So we watched the final episode, series finale of season 1 and then put on the first episode of season 2. They're like full-length movies. It's incredible to me how TV has changed. But yeah, that first episode of season 2, it's like 1 hour and 16 minutes. By the end of the episode, I was like, okay, I'm ready for bed now, you know. But it was lovely, and I definitely think that I will slot that in for a rewatch at some point, because I think I remember most of the plot points, but it might be nice to restart it and really get a feel for the characters again. Oh, there's James. And then what else did we do? Oh, and then today, Wednesdays are kind of a nice chill out day for me. I try to catch up on filming and that sort of thing, but also I decided to try a recipe today that I found on TikTok. I've been trying to get, inspiration from other people for like new recipes and everything. And the one that I chose is a sausage and bacon spaghetti sauce, basically. So I made a ragu, and it smells amazing. It smells fantastic. So I'm very excited to try it out. If you're interested in the link, just let me know. I'll try to remember and just put it in the description. But if you don't see it there, I don't mind sending it to you. Just leave a comment down below. But yeah, it smells fantastic. I will be able to tell you later on whether or not it lived up to my hype. We'll just have that with some fresh pasta, and Bob's your uncle. So that's the plan for the evening. And then for the rest of the week, like tomorrow's Thursday, provided that there's no medical emergency that I need to attend to, which I don't think I do because I'm not next of kin, the Twitch stream will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to join us on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/RachelRayCraft. And I go live there for a couple hours. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're very welcome to join me over there. We have a little community of people, and it's very fun. I will likely be finishing this painting and working on Ajisai as a little palette cleanser after this. And I'd love to see you there. We've been having a lot of fun over there lately. And I don't know what my schedule is going to look like this September, given all the births and everything. But I'm going to try to be available for my friends and family. But I'm going to try to stay as close to my schedule as possible. And I'm really excited to share with you. I did receive another parcel from Diamond Art Club with some paintings that were meant to be sneak peeks, but they were a little bit behind. So I've got some paintings to share with you, and there's this one that I am just so stoked about. I can't wait to share it with you. So stay tuned to the channel for that, because I will have some unboxings for you. And I have more post reviews as well to share with you. And you will be getting a full video about this painting very soon too. I'm not sure if you knew this, but I do have a playlist of completed diamond paintings that I've done. So if you're looking for like a synopsis on a company, for example, like, oh, I want to know what this company is like, go have a look through the videos that I've made in there. I really love sharing the finishes with everyone. I try to be as detailed as possible when it comes to showing you like the amount of drills that are left behind, if I ran out of anything, if I had any issues or anything like that, but also the things that I love about the painting. So I would love it if you would go check out those videos, because I think they're helpful in like different ways. One, you get to see the finish of a painting before you buy it. In general, though, I know that I am not the fastest diamond painter on YouTube, and I don't keep up with trends, and I don't usually do new releases, but I do really love working on the paintings, and I love sharing the finishes with you. So please go check that out if you have some time, and especially if you're looking into different companies. If you have any recommendations for companies you'd like me to test out, please feel free to send them. Just know that there are companies that I am not going to purchase from for a variety of reasons. I do have my reasons, but I will look into them for sure and see if it's something that I can do. I'm just a little bit picky when it comes to companies, what kind of art that they produce, you know, what kind of materials that they use, etc. And yeah, so just send me a message or leave me a comment and let me know what it is you would like me to try out. I have done that in the past as well. And recently one of my videos seemed to have hit the algorithm again. I really wish it hadn't. Do you remember a while back on, I think it was on Facebook or Instagram or something, there was a bogus tool that was being advertised. And when it happened, I warned people on my socials. I said, don't buy this. This is garbage. This is not possible. It was a syringe pen tool, and it was marketed in such a way that it looked like the diamonds would just fall out of the syringe and into the pen tip. It was not possible. That was not a thing. And people were asking me to just buy it and review it. That thing cost like $8, and it was fake. You could fill it up with diamonds, but it would not straighten the diamond and bring it down the pen and stuff like this that it was showing in the video to be doing. Anyway, that video seems to have somehow resurfaced from the, you know, the depths, and someone was like, for real? And I was like, I think you had, this is an example of, you had to be there. You had to be there. It was everywhere. There are some situations where, especially, and I must say this, back in 2019, the diamond painting community and the interest in diamond painting was a lot less than what it is post-pandemic. There weren't as many people into it, and I used to get a lot more suggestions for silly things like that. So I might have to go back and remove that video actually, because it's just not, it's not relevant anymore, and I think it's raising more questions. Because yeah, why would you buy that? But anyway, I digress. The times, the good old times. Something that I wanted to bring up as well in this video, I want you all to start getting ready and maybe start thinking about the event that myself and Wolfpack Diamond Painting will be doing this winter. Starting in November, we will be doing Winter with DAC again. I know a lot of you have been wondering about it, and I do not have any hard and fast details yet. I must talk to Stephanie first, but I am planning on bringing that back, and we are going to have a fun 2 months of diamond painting and, you know, giveaways and videos and everything. I'm going to try to spread it out for my audience here on YouTube and on Twitch as well. to give everybody a little bit of interest. There may be a Facebook group as well. I don't really do Facebook groups that much, but I will for an event. So if you are interested in a group, then let me know. I personally feel like just filling in an entry form and an exit form. So, hey, I'm interested in the event. Here's my starting point. And then a form that says, hey, I finished my painting. That's plenty. I don't believe that it's going to be a requirement to necessarily have to finish your painting. That's only if you want to win like a very specific larger prize. But just participating in the event, I love seeing pictures. I love it when people use the hashtag so they can see what you're working on and share the love. But there's a really important caveat that I want to just put out there. I don't want anybody to feel like that they have to stay left out of something or that they're overwhelmed by it. So if you already are working on a piece, it's okay. We will make an exception. You just have to have a certain amount of the diamond painting left. And of course, I'm going to make an announcement video that'll consolidate all of this information, but I just want to let you know up front. You don't necessarily have to buy a new painting because it does not have to be winter themed. It can be any diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. It does not have to fit a theme. So whatever you just, for this event, you do need to work on a Diamond Art Club in order to be entered in to the prizes. It does have to be a Diamond Art Club for this event, but that is the only requirement. And yeah, but we're just gonna have fun together and diamond paint together, and maybe do some lives together, me and Stephanie, and hopefully you, if you want to join us for that. But I'll also be making videos around the season and the event. Try to do some fun, creative little things to make it fun for you as well. And just have a good time. Just make it goofy and fun, lighthearted. It's not serious. Also, if you're participating in another event, because I know other events are happening too, for us, we don't mind if you're using the same canvas as another event. It's fine. You can use the same canvas. Not a problem for us. The more the merrier. I love it. I love to see it. I love it. Other creators, I've got some really good friends on here that also do winter events, and I love them pieces, and we work together. So it's fine if you're using the same canvas that you're using in another event. Again, this is a very laid back and relaxed kind of thing. The only requirement is that it's a Diamond Art Club. So soon we will be making an announcement, but it will not be starting till November. So if you want to maybe pick out a canvas that you would like to work on for the event, you can start looking through your stash and maybe choose one that you feel that you can, finish. And if your goal is not to finish it, you just want to get started on it, that's cool too. Pick a big one. I have a couple in mind that I would like to do. I have been thinking about Enchanted Forest by Andreas Roca. That is in my to-do pile. There are others like, what is it called? I think it's called Winter Fox. It's a big one. Those are both big ones, actually. And then I have smaller ones. There is a winter themed one that I have my eye on as well. But I'm not going to push myself to do like a mystery one this year or anything like that, because I found that one, the one that I did 2 years ago now, that took a very long time for me to finish. It took me 2 seasons to finish that painting, so I don't want to pick something that I won't get close to a finish on, because it's a little embarrassing to not be able to finish the painting during the event. But I am so excited to be able to hang out with you all again and actually do something during the season, and it can be lighthearted and fun, and we can do it all together. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope that you are too. The hashtag will most likely be winter with DAC 24. And then that way you can tag either 24 or 2024. We haven't decided. We haven't talked about it yet. But we are excited to do it and spend time and do some diamond painting together. It's going to be really, really fun. But that's 12, which is 9:05. Right here. Put this back. So that's it for me, everybody. I think I'm going to leave it here for today so that I can get this video out to you at a good time. Let me know what you're working on, what you've got planned. If you have any big plans for the week or the weekend, I'd love to know. I just want to sit down and not feel guilty for sitting down. So that's the plan. That's my plan for this weekend. But let me know what you're up to. Maybe you have crafting plans. Maybe you have travel plans. And if you do plan on coming to Ireland sometime and you're going to come down to the Ring of Kerry, you must let me know. I would love to see you. Have a coffee or something. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you're all safe and happy, that you take care of yourselves, that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye!